Hi there. It's Deb of Deb Gimmel Mods, and it's June 14th here in Southern Ontario, Canada. And today it just rained all day. So as you can tell, I'm a little chilly. So I am wearing my Clint Shawl by Natasha Moonstruck. And here it is. Here's the back. And it's very cozy. So I am heading up north for the summer, and I'm going to take this, and I think I am going to wear it quite a bit first thing in the morning when it's a little cool. I have one finished object. I finished this, I blocked it and everything, and I'm really happy with it. It's actually really huge. I've got it tied at my back. Just a second. There we are. It's this, so this is in lichen and lace, rustic, sports weight, and Briggs and Little sport is the gray. Anyway, so it's really big. It's really comfy, and I am going to love having it as a little extra layer. There we go. Oof. Tied in my back. It's been really cozy today to wear, and my hands are free, and I'm really enjoying it. The other shawl I did was with my hand spun. So this is I have it right here, the Inishmurray by Tanya Barley. There we go. There. What's really interesting for this one is, can you see that most of the shawl is in reverse stocking stitch? So that kind of reverses all of the stitch symbols on the chart, which took me a little bit to get used to, but after a bit I had it all worked out. And this is in my hand spun, so this is it's big. It's supposed to be, what's it supposed to be in? I didn't really pay much attention to what it's supposed to be in, because I knew that this is what I was using. So fingering 15 stitches equals 4 inches after washing and blocking. So I have no idea what I'm getting. I think I'm using I think my hand spun is coming out worsted weight. So it's big. It's big. Can you see show you the reverse stocking stitch? So it does make the charts kind of interesting. And then there's some slip stitches. And the green is another yarn that I had hand spun, and it has slip stitches there, and a different brown because I was running out. And then it has a leaf pattern at the bottom, which I really enjoyed knitting, and I think I would look for another pattern that has more of the leaf, because I really like that. And then at the bottom, I ran out of the dark brown, which is BFL, and used the lighter brown that I had hand spun, which was might be Romney, I'm not quite sure. And then the edging is scalloped edging is done with German short rows, which I really enjoy working, but it always seems like these small scallops at the end seem to take so long to work. But I'm really so pleased that it's finished, and I now have a garment that I can put around me in the fall, and it'll be nice and cozy, and it's my first big hand spun project, so I'm very, very pleased with it. The BFL came from a spinning class I took with the Kitchener Spinning and Weaving Guild, so that was a fun spin. And I really found BFL really nice to spin with. So I'm really pleased with that. I really enjoyed the pattern. I really enjoyed the knit, and the different kind of, I did only this once, one repeat, because I was running out of yarn. So I did this with, I only did one repeat of this, and then I did this part. So I made it a little bit smaller, but I knew that it would be really big. So I'm really pleased with that, and so happy to have a hand spun project. I'm not up for spinning more than, that was 200 grams of BFL, and that's about the most I have spun in any one yarn. So the other thing I'm doing is I'm away for the summer. I'm going up north for the summer, and you know how it is when you're going away and you're thinking, oh my God, like how much can I knit? And I knit all summer also. So I will be up there knitting. So I have a whole bunch of projects, and I have spent the last couple days getting all my projects into some point that I can take them up and don't have to take any more than I need to knit them. So because I always sort of need socks on the go, I am knitting a pattern out of this book, Kat Bordy's book. I'm knitting these ones. These ones again, if you've been following me, I've been working on doing a modification on the Coriolis to get 2 swirls, and I have it worked out now. So this will be the first pair that I've actually knit that I can put everything that I've figured out into them. So I'm quite excited to see if they actually work. I did a toe up. They're done toe up. So there's a toe up. This is my star toe cast on for toe up, and I have a short video on that if you wanted to look at that. She has a toe up where you increase 6 stitches every 3 rounds, and I'm doing 4, 1, 2, 3, and 1 on the back, 4 every round, and then every other round. That's how I do it. So this works for me, and I'm really happy with how it fits my foot. So I'm pleased with that. This is a Gravity. Oh, that's not a good fold, is it? This is Gravity fiber there, and what do I do with it? I dropped it. Oh, there it is. Okay, I dropped it on the floor, and it's very smooth, so it'll show really well, and it's very nice to work with, so I'm happy with that. I split it into 2 balls, so I'm going to knit the first 4 inches with 2 at a time, and then I'll split them then I'll do the pattern 1 at a time. So this is 382 meters and 110 grams golden poppy, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. So these will make a nice pair of socks. It's very smooth feeling. So that'll just be, this will be my first time knitting with my modification of the second spiral. All worked, and on both socks, because the other pair I did 1 pair with the 2 spirals, but it's really hard to get on. And then I modified the second sock, and it's 100% easier to get on. So now I know that's my modification that I have to do, which is part way up. I have to switch from the increase on one side of the spiral being a knit in the front and back, change it to a yarn over, which gives it a little more elasticity. So I will have my first pair with the modification perfect on both socks. So that'll be nice. And then I have gotten a little further on my circular yoke. So this is in All Hemp 3 by Knitting by Lana, or All Hemp. Hemp for Knitting is what I call it anyway. I have two of the lace bands done, and then I'm working on the third, and then it'll be a straight yoke, and I can just knit round and round. At the moment, this is one skein, 50-gram skein. So at the moment, I'm in a place where I would have to wind another skein, and I will do that when I get to my camp, because I'll have lots of time. And you can see the short rows on the back of the neck. This is the back of the neck. So I went up two needle sizes after I did the short rows, so I'm not quite sure what my gauge is anymore, but as soon as I finish this neck band and do a little bit of plain stocking stitch, I'll be able to measure it for my gauge and see where I am. So then I can pick the right sizing from this book, which Elizabeth Fallone and I wrote in 2014. So I am doing one of these charts. I'm doing these two charts, and at some point I have to pick. Yeah, so it's all written out for you. I'm doing 3 bands. Yeah, so at some point I have to be able to check my gauge here to know how to set up my raglan markers, which is here. Because once you finish the yoke patterning, the rest of the yoke is done in a raglan. Yeah, so total stitches on needle. I'm gonna be up here. Like I'm gonna be somewhere up. I'm gonna be, yeah, somewhere maybe up here. I'm gonna have a lot of stitches. So this is done part by part. So right now I finished here. I had 208 stitches. I ended up with 256, and then I go to chart B, 256 stitches, and I will end up at the bottom, at the end of that band, with 304 stitches. And then that'll tell me which row of patterning, or how to set up my raglan markers for the rest of the yoke. So that'll be fun. I have knit quite a few. We knit a lot of these when we were writing this book, so I still wear a couple of them. I have a vest with cap sleeves, and I have a sweater, and this will be a summer one in the hemp. So that'll be fun to do over the summer, and maybe I will get it finished in the summer and be able to wear it. Fingers crossed. I'll be working on it to see if I can get that done. But I mean, socks and one sweater, that's not nearly enough for a non-monogamous knitter like myself. So I have another one. I'm going to knit my daughter-in-law a Contiguous Drop Shoulder. It's one of my patterns. It's free on Ravelry. So I knit that one for my daughter. There. In, what did I say? In a heavier yarn. It was in a heavier yarn. So this one I am knitting in fingering weight, Waxwing fingering, and I put it, oh, here it is. I've started it in navy, and here it is. So this is, here we go. So here it is, the beginning. So that's my neck, and it doesn't seem to be standing up. I think because I made a wider neck, and I think they stand up better when they're narrow. But we'll see. It hasn't been blocked at any rate. And I have started the shoulders because, there we are. I have start of the shoulders, and have done the short rows. Let me get this other row. Done the short rows. So there's the short row section here. So I added 18 extra stitches to the front. And then this short row system that I've come up with has decreases in it. So you're decreasing away actually those extra 18 stitches over 18 rows. So what you do is you do the sets of short rows back and forth across the back. So now the back is this deep and the front is only one round, right? Where are we? Right there, right there. Only one round past the neckband. So 18, I added 18 stitches to the front. So I do the short rows until I can count 19 rows across the back. So there's my purl round that I did at the bottom of my neckband. So I count 18 rows, and it's easier to count on the wrong side than the right side. So I count 18 plus 1 rows. So that's where I am now. And you can see, if I hold it at the sides there, that there is a marked drop in the front. There we go, a marked boop, 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 drop in the front. It drops that much, this much. So now I can just, once I do my complete round to get rid of the last little gap that's formed from the short rows, then I can go round and round and round. I'm going to work in navy until I get to the correct size. So still again about 10 inches of ease I'm going to do. And this is what the shoulders look like. That's one shoulder. So this is the contiguous, where you increase once before and once after every round. And even during the short rows, I do increases on the right side, on either side, and then when I turn to the purl row for the short rows, I increase again on either side of the shoulder marker. And now that I'm going round and round, I'm just increasing before and after each of the shoulder markers. And I just keep going until it's wide enough. Makes a nice shoulder. And it'll be sloped. There, like that. It'll be sloped. So this will be good car knitting for me because I have quite a ways to go. 10 inches of ease is a fair amount. And then what I decided to do was do it stripes. So I had my daughter-in-law pick 4 colors. So this is a Waxwing Cedra. And it's fingering weight. Rustic, it's a singles rustic style. So that means I've divided them up into 100 grams into 250s. What do they do with the other one? There it is. In each color into 250s. And I have 4 colors. So these are the colors. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So it'll be striped like this, because that's what she chose. And I divided them into 250s because I'm going to do a helical knitting with 8 balls. So yes, so that each of the colors each round of the color will be 2 rounds deep. Does that make sense? So I have 2 sets of these, and I will do the helical round and round. I'm going to steek the armholes. Helical round and round with 8 balls of yarn. So that'll be a bit of a challenge, I think. It'll be interesting. Now this is a rustic type wool, as I said. So that means that you have to go through it and pick out all the vegetable matter. So that's what I did today. I didn't want to, I wanted to get them all set up. So yeah, there's a bit. This is part of the rustic thing, is they don't do a chemical bath to get rid of the vegetable matter, because it's sort of rustically spun in a mill in Quebec, and that part of the deal is that there's quite a bit of vegetable matter, and it takes a little time to pick it all out. So I did that today, and then I weighed the 100-gram skein and wound the ball until I had 50, and then did the second one. And I didn't want to take my scale with me, so that took a little bit of time. But I think I'm going to enjoy the 8 helical stripes, the 8 helical rounds. I think it's going to be interesting. I've done quite a bit of done helical socks with 3 colors. I think it's a really good way of doing stripes, and that's 4 colors, and so this is what I've decided to do. So I looked up again how to set it up, and I think I'm going to be fine. I think it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to getting started, and then I'll be able to show you what it's going to look like once I get going. And the thing about helical, you think, oh my God, 8 balls, like that'll be awful. But you're always turning it this way when you're knitting. You're going, left to right, like knitting, it's going around this way. And then all you do is every once in a while you hold it up and you turn it the other way, like you're turning your car, like your steering wheel. And it all undoes. So you can keep it fairly untangled. It's surprising actually how that works. So I'm quite excited about that. So what else do I have? Oh, I have one more. Oh, I have a couple more. So I'm teaching 2 classes with the Elliot Lake Arts Club. So I'm doing 2 knitting classes. So I'm doing, I'm trying to knit my samples. So I'm doing a baby V sweater, V-neck sweater. So there, so I've done this, I didn't stop in a convenient spot, but anyway, so I'm doing a V-neck cardigan. This will be a 6-month size in a DK weight yarn, and the buttons are included, the button bands are included, and we're gonna do the class as a vest, just because it's a class. But if anyone wants to do sleeves, we can certainly put the sleeves on spare yarn so that they can knit sleeves. But for the class, I think we're going to do a vest, because the important part is getting your raglans set up and getting the short rows done. So I'm going to take this with me for knitting in the car too, because that's pretty easy. Hello. And the other class I'm teaching is a mosaic class, where we are going to do, it's not a scarf, it's going to be a cowl. So you knit it this way, and then you turn it sideways and put buttons on it so that it's a cowl. And I got some chunky weight. It's in chunky weight, so that's kind of fun. Chunky weight, light dark, so you need a big contrast. So this is my contrast, light dark. This will be nice to knit. So I did it so that it's charted, because I really want people to learn how to use a mosaic chart. And then on the other page is the written instructions that correspond to the chart. So you have both options, and I'm gonna really push the reading the chart, because reading mosaic charts isn't that difficult, and it makes them so much clearer what you're doing. You can see. So For instance, you can see that this slip stitch is over that, slip stitch is over that, slip stitch. It just gives you a way of looking at the pattern and figuring out what it is and where you are. And we're going to do, here's another picture there. So we're gonna do stocking stitch mosaic, and then I have written out garter stitch mosaic, which I really think is very, very effective. And then I even wrote out one that's a combination of garter stitch and stocking stitch, just to make things really complicated. Which, since I have done a fair bit of mosaic, I love the combination, and then that's only charted. So that's what's keeping me busy. And then what else do I have? This one is going to take me all summer. Like, this is fingering weight on a 3mm. So this is going to take me all summer, and I think this is going to take me the rest of my time in the summer. The rest of the projects are fairly small, so I'm not too worried about that. And then I'm taking a spinning wheel, and I'm taking a week-long spinning class at the Elliot Lake Arts Club in August. So I'm hoping that I can learn long draw. That's my goal. I can do the little short forward short. I just can't get it really thin. So anyway, I'm looking for some help on spinning finer and doing long draw, because I think long draw is very fun. Like, I think it's that whole long, pulling it long. So I've tried one. I tried it here, just watching videos. So this is, what is this? This is Romney, I think. This is Romney. So that's what I'm coming up with. Now that's gonna, when I ply it, it's going to come up worsted weight again, because this seems to be as fine as I can manage. Yeah, and it has a nice halo, like, look at that, which you get if you're doing long draw. So that's one. So I have one, well, this isn't, well, I think it's almost 50 grams. So I will do the other bobbin and ply it and see how it looks. There are some quite thin parts that I got, but not consistently across the whole bobbin. So I'm much more in this kind of range, and it's nice, but it's worsted weight. So I would love to get down to a 2-ply sport. And I think fingering is a year away. A 2-ply fingering is going to take me a while. And I see videos for 3-plies and stuff, but I would get bulky. I would get chunky, bulky weight if I did that. So anyway, that's my spinning journey. I've been spinning since October. So not that long. And I learned at the Elliot Lake Arts Club last year, and in August, and it took me till October to be brave enough to give it a shot. So I have been spinning 6 months, 7 months, something like that. So I'm quite enjoy it a lot, but I seem to be kind of stuck with a certain thickness that I can spin, and I can't get any thinner. So anyway, that's my goal for the week we do in August. So that'll be interesting. So this is just a short check-in. As you can imagine, I've been I've been running around trying to get things finished. Going away for the summer takes some finishing things off, and tomorrow I clean because I have to clean before I leave, and I have my summer haircut that has to last me till August, so I'm pretty much all set to go, and I have all my projects all ready to go, and finished my shawls, so I'm quite happy with this. I'm going to take this one with me because I think it'll be nice to wear first thing in the morning when we get there, and certainly mid-August it gets kind of cool in the morning, so I think I will get some use out of this, and yeah, so really looking forward to going up to Blackfly country. We'll see how it goes. So I hope you are enjoying the spring, summer, and I will get back to you in my new location. Thanks. Bye-bye.